The last choir is singing the fall of America. The planet is mourning, but the spirit is rejoicing. Yes, 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 yes. We surviving. We survive. We surviving, y'all. We alive. We surviving. We survive. We surviving, y'all. We alive. Come on in, Soul Group. I know I've been away for a long time. I've been getting my together. Don't follow the light. You are the light which shines in darkness. Hey. Peace and love, Soul Group. Peace and love. Let's start this off by 3 must needed in this time that we're in time and space, in the realm of creation. 3 breaths. And on these 3 breaths, we're going to breathe in for 8 seconds. We're going to hold it. And we're going to release for 8 seconds to release any fear, any trauma, any discomfort, and any vibrational frequencies that will inhibit you to tap into the field that I am going to create collectively with me and my guides and those of you who are in the Soul Group. Let's breathe, Soul Group. Let's get high. Anybody want to get high? Anybody want to get high off the breath of life? Let's get high. So let's start with the breaths now. In. Connect to the vibe. Feel the energy moving. Yes, I send peace and love your way in this present moment awareness. We're all surviving molestation, spiritual molestation. We've all been molested on the shell of a planet that was once called Tiamat. Then Gaia. We've incarnated through so many different events in time and space. Same soul, different avatar. I'm Focus God. I changed the name because I'm not a positive marketer. I am finished marketing bullshit to try to patch up the holes that were once in my energy field. I have made it to the void. I have created my non-physical real estate with which I guard with my soul. Big difference. We're going to talk about a lot of things on this channel. It's a must-needed channel. And let me just start off by saying this. I didn't want to come back on this internet. I don't know how long I can withstand the frequencies that are shooting through me right now from all this technology. I really don't F-U-C-K with technology like that. I've overcome the addiction, but the guides and deep within my soul, I felt it was necessary to give you just some uncut, raw, the way I like to do it. I don't like the Hollywood shit. So if it looks weird down here, I can only tolerate so much light, artificial light, the frequencies, the vibes, the 5G is here. All of this shit is here. But that's the only way a lot of you. And I'm not judging you. Please don't take this as judgment. Because let me just say this too. I don't know I don't know shit. I had to learn that the hard way. All I can tell you is what I'm experiencing. And I won't even cap that with ego knowledge. My ego don't know shit. You know what my ego knows? Pride. Keeping my ass alive in creation. Telling me I'm something that I'm not. Incarnation after incarnation. Oh, you gonna learn, soul group. You gonna learn about incarnations. Hopefully this will be your last. But the choice is yours. And one thing I will not do, I will not violate your free will. Everyone has the free will to choose and experience whatever they desire and will in the realm of creation, which we're all creating. We're all tap lining source to create in this realm. You must understand where you are in field, in energy, and in vibration. But we've all been tap lined and molested, and we're surviving. That's why I created this channel. We're surviving. A lot of you are waking up in the dream. I start waking up in the dream of life. Big difference. When I was 5 years old, I can remember a lot now. Some of you remember me from I'm Conscious Now What? What a precious channel. I don't even know why I made the channel back then. That was the beginning. And I was serious because I knew I was waking up to something. Had no idea it would be this. Had no idea it would be this. A lot of souls thought I was crazy 6 years ago. My lights are flickering. Don't worry, you know how this technology is. A lot of individuals thought y'all was crazy, didn't they? From the information we were sharing on I'm Conscious Now What 5 years ago. Look at them now. Look at all of the gurus now selling disinformation. Same shit all over the internet. Follow the light, follow the light. Well, what you gonna do in the dark now? And I laugh not at your misconception of light. I laugh because of the joy that one must experience. But that joy is deep, 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 deep within your energy field or deep inside of you, like you hear a lot of people. They're just, we're all just trying to explain what we're experiencing. And the hardest thing for me now is just to find a language to express what I'm experiencing. It's been a long journey, and I like to thank all of I just call them guides, because don't nobody know shit. I'm telling you, nobody knows shit. They're only trying to tell you what they're experiencing. Nothing is finite here. Throw all that finite, this is the way and this is the only, throw that shit out, because it will have you stagnated in a space that will eventually be tap lined out. Just like the space that we're in now. Look at the fiat currency. The numbers on the screen. It's all tapped out. So what do we have? What do you have? I tell you what I have. And I tell you what I'm willing to share for those of you who are open to receive. I have the life. And with this life, with this I that I'm attached to, this universal, all expanding, forever growing I have become immortal. Immortal in thought, immortal in spirit, immortal in soul. I realize there's certain things that I need while I serve the rest of my time in the prison planet, the prison realm. I won't say that to Gaia. I love Gaia, my mother. Thank you, mother, for everything that you've done. Thank you for providing for me here. And when I say mother, I'm talking about nature. The nature of this program that we're in is the divine feminine realm. Some would disagree, but once again, just use your common sense to even get through this realm. You are born into this realm. Body first. Body's been genetically modified and coded to keep you in a 4% frequency range. That all we're experiencing is 4% of the universe here. You know that, right? Okay, all right. A lot of you know that. We're only experiencing 4%. The other 96%, they call it Kai. Some call it dark matter. I call it mama's house. I got my own shit, right? But we put on the Homo sapiens suit. It's just like, let me give you the example of what we're experiencing. You know how you go on Instagram, right? And someone will take a photo of themselves, right? That light keeps going out. What the fuck is that? Why it keep getting dark here? We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. You know how you're on Instagram and someone will take a photo, right? And then they'll put a filter over that photo to enhance or change what the other person that's looking at the photo is perceiving. And they'll put another filter on top of that, finally ending up with a photo that looks nothing like the original source. Very, very deceptive, but that's the realm that we've always been in. And this filter was placed over the souls incarnating into the Homo sapiens suit in this time and space of creation to give us the perception that this is the life, that we are humanoids, that we are very limited, and we were born into a control system on every level. Every level. Everything that you have learned, listen to what I'm saying. Everything that you have learned is systematic, is agenda oriented. Oriented, that's not a word. Is agenda based. I'll just say that. Everybody here has an agenda, including you, including me. Some of us are trying to escape the soul trap. Some of us are trying to strengthen the soul trap. Some of us are trying to find our way, and we're going to find that way based on whatever agenda we have attached to finding that way. Everything in the realm of creation is temporary. Everything in creation dies. That's that word again. But those of you who have wakened inside of the dream and have set up non-physical real estate, you no longer have to worry about the soul trap. You can go through the grid like you've been doing at night when the body falls asleep, right? And that light body activation is activated. And you go to your own creations. This is what this is all about. We've been creating the holographic universe since we've been here. Let me explain how. We are the creators. The only God that you will ever need and will ever have to depend on is inside of you. And when I say inside of you, I'm not saying logically inside of you. I've been telling you since I started waking up 4 or 5 years ago. The only God you will ever know and experience is your imagination. And that's just the English word. It's described in many different phrases and wording and languages. It's the imagination. That's what separates you from that dog and that horse and that dolphin and that cow, right? Your imagination, your ability to see in mentalism. Everything is of mind when I tell you that. The physical is just an illusion. The physical attribute of yourself is going to die right in front of you. Right in front of you. You'll witness the death of your Homo sapiens sapiens suit that you've been trapped in and attached to. And I love my Homo sapiens sapiens suit. I've learned to love the Homo sapiens suit because I need it to complete my awakening. I don't want to be blown up out of this suit prematurely until I finish the completion of my non-physical ascension. The awareness that is recording all of this data in this RAM and awakening the I in me. Just like you have the I in you. That's what they mean by non-duality. We are all a part of the I, but the I in you has to be activated. And once it's activated, you will begin to remember. Because, let me say this again, nobody knows shit. Don't fall for this guru shit. It's just information that's been handed down for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and who knows how long. Don't nobody know shit. You don't know shit. All you know, if you keep it 100 with yourself, is what you're experiencing. And just hold on to the experience, throw the trauma away, and keep moving. Moving. Yes. So, we've been molested spiritually. How? For our life force energy, for our sexual energy. That takes us back to the dark matter. Or what we've been lied to, or I won't say lied, but it was dumbed down. The dream realm is the 96% of dark matter. With those of you who are in our soul group, because who knows who's going to be listening to this information now. You have a flame, and that flame will light up in the darkness. You don't need technology to travel. You have a flame. And some of you have 2 flames in this incarnation. You are organic. You can nano travel with thought. Anywhere in the holographic universe and in the dark matter that they call Lakar. Where our mother, I just say mother. When I say mother, I'm talking about the divine feminine source of all creation. It's out there now. I know. We were told it was the Father. In creation, there's always a storyline to help the common mind, the one-dimensional mind. Just like they talked about the Santa Claus shit, right? You have a father that's symbolic for the divine masculine. You have a mother that's symbolic for the divine feminine. Okay? The creator, the source of all creation. If you didn't know, some of you going to have a hard time dealing with this, but I'll tell you anyway. It's the divine feminine. The divine feminine source of all creation. Okay? The biggest delusion ever, the biggest lie ever sold was the father story. And I love my father. I always say that. I love my Father, but he's a very jealous God. He told you that, right? The father of technology, the source of technology, and the source of spirituality. And if you look at the history of the Homo sapiens sapien, when technology started to outrank spirituality, spiritual ascension, there was always catastrophes, and nothing has changed. It's the same song, different characters. And where do you fit in this this game of life and creation that keeps recycling? And we are the source. We are the power source. We are the food chain of this realm. Now, before I forget, the molestation. The title of this show is more symbolic than physical, but it does have a physical side too. Okay? It does have a physical side too. But the source of our molestation, mine started when I was 5 years old. Remember when I started waking up in the dream? I was 5. My physical molestation started at 5 years old also. Now, what did the physical molestation do to me? It confused me. I was a young child. My mind, my brain, my left and right side were fighting over dominion. Go deep with me, soul. The left and right side of my brain were fighting over dominion. But because I was being spiritually taplined, I won't say the name of these beings. You should know by now. They're running now. They're scattered. They're not as powerful as they once were. You have choice now because you're not being mind fucked and mind manipulated like we once were. We all went through it. We all went through it. We thought it was us until the veil was lifted. And those of you who've been spending time with self and off of technology, you have now learned or should have learned your own vibratory frequency. I can deal with my own shit, but I can't fuck with your shit. You should know your own vibrational frequencies. You should know your causal. We're in a causal realm. Your cause and your effects that are coming back your way. Deal with them. Deal with them so your spirit, your vibe can become light. And when it's time in the illusion of time, and we all have that time, where we have a chance to either, and I'm going to say it because a lot of souls know this, but a lot of souls are afraid because they're not connected to the light body or the soul. They're not living a soul purpose, right? They're still in that root chakra. And listen, I'll raise my hand. I've spent lifetimes in my fucking root chakra. Ain't no secret. You can't hide nothing in the light. I've spent lifetimes in my root chakra. In survival mode, chasing money, chasing bitches, chasing the addiction of the orgasm. Lifetimes. So I think I'm qualified to talk about this spiritual molestation. In this transitioning, which a lot of us are going to experience, you're seeing it with the coronavirus. Souls are transitioning from the realm of creation. In this realm. All right? Nobody dies. Do I have to keep fucking saying that? Nobody dies like you've been taught. Should I give you this download before I talk about this, or should I? I'm going to give you this download, okay? Those of you who are able to download information to kind of hit your soul, this might really punch your soul to give you a real blast, okay? I never talked about this. I might have. I don't think I ever talked about this on I'm Conscious Now. What I think Ryan, when I started, told his near-death experience. I never talked about mine. You know why? Because I didn't remember it. I was waking up. But in 2009, I was in a town in Toledo, Ohio. I got to share this so this will make sense, so you'll know how I got to where I am. I was working for a company called Trebor, and it was a sales. We used to sell small electrical appliances to homeowners and businesses. And we used to take these road trips where we traveled in a company vehicle, and we would go do a setup and display and just show the value in our products. At that time, I was a senior sales representative of this company. I had mastered the art of sales. That's why I call myself the positive marketer. I mastered the art of selling. And we had to take this, I think it was like a 3 or 4 hour drive. So what I would do is I would let the rookies drive the car. I hated driving. So I would make all of the new guys drive. And I would sit in the back seat reading all of the garbage in the newspaper and just, getting things prepared. So on this particular day, just like clockwork, we jumped on these long two-way highways in Ohio. Those of you who drive through Ohio, they have these two-way highways, and they're elevated up about 15 to 20 feet above the regular ground level. They're kind of built up. And this is when texting just started taking off. It just started to become popular, where human beings didn't even fucking talk to each other anymore. They would just sing you them bling, bling, everybody's little phone, bling, bling. I didn't even know what texting was at the time. But, the younger salespeople, they put me up on it. So we're riding on the highway. And I could hear the two guys in the front seat, The one guy on the passenger side in the front seat, he kept, bitching at the guy that was driving. Hey, man, you gonna fucking kill us. Stop fucking texting and drive the car. I just kept hearing him say that. So finally, I said, hey, I forget his name. This was, man. But I said, what's going on, man? He said he's fucking texting, driving the car. He's going to fucking kill us. Literally, he said that. I forget this kid's name. So I remember hitting the seat because the driver was right in front of me. I remember hitting the back of the seat. Hey, drive the effing car. Just drive the car, because I didn't know what texting was. I didn't play on my phone like that at that time, right? So now what I'm about to tell you is 2 parts, okay? The first part is what I read from a stack of information. You can see my hand about the stack of yellow pages. I got a chance to read this after I got out of the hospital. I read it, okay? The other part, the part 2, is what I experienced on the point of impact. All right. So I'm telling you now what I read, because I didn't remember any of this. OK, the guy kept texting while the car was moving. We were going 70 miles an hour on a 2-way highway. The car in front of us had came to a complete stop. We had reached that intersection, that cross in the road where the car could turn, right or left. 2-way highway, still 70, but you get a chance to get off the highway like when you ride into a town. So the car had stopped. Because this kid was driving with his knees and texting, he didn't see the car stop. Now, in the report, it said we were 20 feet away from this car going 70 miles an hour. Okay? And the car was making a left. The driver of our car, when he looked up, 20 feet, we're going 70 miles an hour. He tried to go around the car on the left side instead of cutting it right. And he hit the car, and the car knocked us off of the highway. Okay? Now, this is per the report. I never felt anything. And I'm explaining this to you because I'm going to talk about death. What we've been told is death. I don't know shit. I'm only telling you what I've experienced. And if you can grasp this download, you can alleviate the fear of what we've been told is death. Because you're going to be hearing me say this a lot. Nobody dies. That's the biggest fear tactic that's been imposed on us, the evolving souls on the prison planet. We've all been doing time. Wake up to this. Understand this. We've all been doing time in time and space. All right. So upon impact, boom, we get knocked off the highway. I read all of this. Now this is the wording that was on the report. I was unresponsive. Okay? Now, where we're from in time and space here, right, in the physical, we like to call it, I was dead. A helicopter came on the scene, and there's people that can tell you about this. I never talked about it because I had a head injury. I forgot, literally. I forgot. Okay? I was life flown from the scene in a helicopter to the hospital. 2 days later, I came back. All right. Now, I'm going to take you now from the point of impact. All right. Boom. Impact. My light body, the same light body that I've been using since I was 5 years old, was activated again. The same light body that makes me lucid in dreams was activated again. The same light body that I see all assortments of frequencies and vibration and entities was activated. Soul group, I just thought I was fucking dreaming. This is the word that they gave us. Oh, you're just dreaming. You guys heard that. You have these lucid, vivid dreams that you were taught to dumb down. That is the 96% of dark matter. You can't fucking die in a dream. Now, here's the download I want to give you. And if you can receive this download, you will tap into the immortality that we all have. You just have to activate it from an experience. So I'm going to give you one. Have you ever had a dream? And I'm just using that word because that's what you're used to, okay? But have you ever had a dream that was so real and vivid, the only way you knew you were dreaming is because you woke up? Everybody with me? Where did you wake up? Let's just call it here. Whatever you want to fucking call here. I'm cool with it. We're not going to argue about it. I call it the realm of creation. Some people say the physical realm. Some people call it earth. Who gives a fuck? Here, right? You wake up here. Are you with me? So now let's put a scenario. Have you ever been in a position in a dream? Maybe you jumped off a cliff. Maybe you were in a car crash. Maybe you were in an airplane. Maybe somebody was chasing you, and right before they fucking killed you, what happened? The breath of life. You wake up here. Everybody with me? If you have the multi-dimensional ability to reverse that. I just read the paper. I was in the car, and right before I fucking died, I'm in the dream realm. You know why? Because nobody dies. Ponder on that for a minute. Think about your experiences. You were in a dream. You were falling and falling and falling, and right before you hit the ground, the breath of life, you wake up in another realm of what? Consciousness. Same Homo sapiens suit, different light body, because nobody dies. And the same will happen here. Now, you're gonna have to trust your experience, because a lot of you are saying, holy shit, reverse the dream. You just about to die in the dream, right? Before you hit the ground, you wake up here. And the same thing is going to happen here. Somebody could put a gun to your head. Before you even hear the boom, bam, you're right back in you're going to think nobody dies. I see what you people call the dead. My grandmother doesn't have a physical body. She has a light body. I see her when I go back to the Kai, the 96%. Or some of you, now I don't want to confuse you guys because this does get deep. There is an astral plane in between the realm of creation, and I'll just call it the waiting room for the transitioning beings who don't have the connection to the physical body anymore. There is a plane where a lot of the souls use their light. They hang out there. One of the you guys like entertainment? One of the livest places you can go is that in between the Homo sapiens suit. That's the physical body. That's biological technology that's been genetically modified. The suits that we have now are not the ones from the Homo sapien, or not the ones from we have so many fucking strands of you're talking about mutts. And I hate to say that, but we have a lot of altered DNA in the Homo sapiens suit. Okay? But a great place to hang around and evolve is the astral realms if you know how to clear your own frequency. If you know your vibe. You have to know your vibe. You have to know when your energy is being tap line. What do I mean by that? Okay. Man, we've been molested so bad spiritually, right? I'm going to give you an example of you being tap line, but you've been programmed to blame every fucking thing on the devil. Oh, the devil got, no, you're being tap lined. The universal currency, the real wealth on this planet is energy. Soul group, it ain't no fucking dollar. It ain't no gold. It's energy. Everybody needs energy to survive or to evolve. That's why everybody is addicted to fucking sex. Why? Because we're in a realm of nature, but the program of nature is reproduction. I'm multidimensional. It's okay to jump, okay? We've been sitting still for a long time, being dumbed down with Easter Bunny stories and shit. But listen, the program that our mother gave us, the original program that was created on Tiamat, was a beautiful planet. You got to really, really, really dig to get more clarity. Notice I didn't say truth, because don't nobody know shit. We're only going by experiences. But it makes a lot of sense to know that the divine feminine source is the source of creation. Why? Because even now, to this day, we all got to this realm through the divine femme. We grew inside of the frequency of the divine feminine, who was androgynous at one time. I know I'm jumping, but I'm going to get back to it. I get so excited when this ram of frequency hits me, and I try to do my best but I'm multidimensional. My shit be flying, right? So we're getting back to the divine feminine. Let me rewind a little bit. Earth, Tiamat, divine feminine energy, mother nature, the program. You see how you can reverse and get, if you ever lose your train of thought, just go backwards down the timeline, right? The nature. A lot of people say nature. Nature is a program. But it's a reproductive program. It's a sexual and nature program. Now there's a difference between intercourse and lust. Okay? But nature itself is a reproducting program across the line. The dogs fuck. The horses, I'm sorry for the we got to keep it kind of entertaining, right? But stay with me, soul group. This is uncut, raw, filtered. Where I'm at on time. Okay. The dogs fuck. The fish fuck. The insects fuck. You guys with me? The whales fuck, right? Everything, the marijuana that you guys are smoking right now, right? The divine feminine plant gives you the buds. Everything is recycling It's intercourse. Now, the way that the Homo sapien, right? The only way you can get here is through intercourse, okay? So what we must understand in nature, because people look at nature like this deity almost. It's a program for survival, to reproduce on autopilot. Okay? Because I have a download that my mother showed me in nature. There was a time when intercourse was non-existent. That's why you see a lot of, I can't say names. I'm not going to get into the names. A lot of beings from different, let's just say, realms. I like that. A lot of beings from different realms come to the shit show that's going on our planet right now. Because it's a shit show. It's the game of life and creation. It's the biggest reality show, galactic reality show going on right now. When you see it from a soul perspective. Now, when you see it from a Homo sapien, the being inside of the prison Homo sapien suit, it's poor me. It's Black Lives Matter. It's Trump. It's you get what I'm saying? It's all in awareness, but you must, and I don't like to tell people what to do, but you have to start living from a soul perspective. Everything on my journey, in my awakening, right, is for the evolving of my, I'll just use the word, it's very common, soul. And that fucking soul of mine, it never dies. It's alive. And my ego tries to minimize the power that I have. That's why I stay away from certain people that can't fuck with my vibe. And there's some vibes that I don't want to mess with anymore. I'm evolving. I'm learning me. I'm the God I've been looking for. And I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm saying it the only way I know how to say it. You are the God that you're waiting for. Nobody is coming to save your ass. Wake up. Only you. The only person you can depend on is you. Haven't you learned that incarnation after incarnation after incarnation? How many times you've been by yourself and say, ain't nobody here for me. I do everything for everybody else and don't nobody give a fuck about. And you get so frustrated, don't you? How many times have you incarnated and experienced that? I ain't got nobody to depend on. Mama gone, daddy gone, your mind will take you there. You know why that keeps happening? Because the soul is saying, you must learn how to depend on you. Because you have to evolve. No one can evolve for you. No one can think for you. You know how many fucking psychics and shamans and tell me what my life, how the fuck they know what's in store for your soul? They have their own individual soul. How can somebody tell you about thyself? It don't make sense. But this is what we're evolving from. We're all evolving from this. We were programmed to depend on a system that did not give a fuck about the evolving of our souls. And a matter of fact, they wanted to keep the souls here as long as possible because, we are the source. The soul is immortal. It is immortal, infinite energy. And the source and the creator of all the immortal, infinite energy, guess what? It ain't the Father. It's the Mother. It's the divine feminine source. The author and the finisher of the fire. The flame. Daddy can't make the flame. Mama got the flame. It's a beautiful thing when you grasp it. And yeah, I'm dumbing it down saying mama and daddy, but those of you who have the vibe to receive, you know what I'm talking about. The divine feminine creators. Now, the divine feminine source mother, what should I tell him, mama? What you want me to tell him? There was a war. You know how many times this story has been told and dumbed down for agendas? Whoever wins the war writes the history. The same with the evolving of the soul. There was a war, the divine. Listen, you should know this by now. If you don't know, then give me the honor to tell you. Give me a chance to try to tell you from my perspective, because I don't know shit. I'm just telling you what I'm experiencing. How did I get this information? What you would call a dream. But my dreams are more vivid than this dark ass realm I'm in now. Look at the realm I'm in. I am the light shining in the darkness, and so are you. But you can't be afraid of the dark. Mainstream spirituality, it's all light, it's all light. But you know what happens when you just get used to all light and bliss and you don't have that dark night of the soul? Let me say this first. Every fucking thing in creation grows in the dark. Prove me wrong. Everything grows in the dark. Even your marijuana plants that you watering and turning on the light. You turn on the light, right? For a minute. And then what? It gotta be dark or that plant ain't gonna grow. And it's the same with the soul. You must get used to sitting in darkness. You must love your darkness just as much as you love your light, because they're one and the same, divided by frequency. Your mother is the creator of the dark matter. Black Lives Matter. Right? It's been all white for a long time, and I'm just being creative with the story, but I'm trying to wake up the soul. You can't have light without dark, even here in creation. It has to get dark. And what happens when it gets dark? Oh, they come out. The freaks come out at night, don't they? You have to learn how to deal with that and how to navigate through darkness. So the realm of creation, nature is a program. It was created by the divine feminine source of all creation, and it's a reproductive program. So I'm saying this is why everybody is fucking addicted to the orgasm. I know I've been addicted to the orgasm as long as I've been incarnating. Why? Because it's in the program. You're fighting against your nature. Now, let me be clear on this. Let me be clear on this. I'm not talking about, how can I say this? You have intercourse for the reason of reproducing, and then you have intercourse for the reason of lust. I'm not talking about lustful fantasies. It's your world. You can do. Listen, I'm not going to violate your free will. I'm not going to do that, right? But from my understanding, and once again, let me whisper it, from my experiences, incarnation after incarnation, you don't bear fruit here or anywhere in the divine feminine universe with two masculine energies and two divine feminine energies banging. Pow! You're just getting explosions, but you cannot bear fruit. Do you know what fruit is? You can't expand. A soul can't even come here. Through the program of nature, it's a program. And it's a divine feminine and a divine masculine. When you genetically modify and clone like they've been doing, that entity has awareness and consciousness, but no flame. no soul. That's what we dealing with. Remember, when I first started, I'm conscious now what? I was telling you guys, everybody ain't got a soul here. Now you're beginning to understand. See, if you got a flame, you can only go so far. And mama gonna say, hey, son, hey, daughter, don't do that. And you'll become grieved. You'll get grieved, right? You have a sensitive side. You know what I'm talking about. If you got a soul, you know what I'm talking about. It's in all of my mother's creation. That's what makes humans our emotions. We have emotions. We can only go so far because we have a flame. We have a soul. There are beings that look like us, talk like us, try to be like us, but they have no flame. And they will blow your fucking brains out with no remorse because they're soulless. They don't have the light. They are attached to AI technology, which is of, and I'm using characters, the Father. The Father is the author and the finisher of AI, your Father. The divine masculine has been fighting this war against the divine feminine since the beginning of creation. That's the realm we're in. Those of you who have flames, they've been showing you two-dimensional images for eons. As soon as you look at a two-dimensional image and trigger the God in you, the imagination, you bring forth life in the realm of thought, the first dimension. So the agenda of these beings who can't create, you can. Because you have a flame. You have the ability to imagine. And whatever you imagine, that flame sparks. And it's created, I'll just say the astral realms, because that's what you're used to. It starts bringing forth life in the astral realm, and it manifests here holographically. Two-dimensional images. Just go outside and look. See what I'm telling you is true. Just go outside your door and look at all the two-dimensional images trying to get your awareness for agendas. This is an agenda-based realm. Get used to it. Stop hating and get used to it. It is what it is. It's all agenda-based. You got an agenda here. I have an agenda here. We're in the realm of creation. Now, why is it important that you take care and stay inside of the Homo sapiens sapiens suit, which we call the physical body, as long as possible? This is very important, soul group. This is information that I had to learn the hard way. I used to talk shit about my body. I did. Until one being, I loved you to death, Bubba, and we'll catch up. Bubba told me to go get in the mirror. And stay in that mirror as long as you can. And I ain't gonna get into that now, but I've learned to love myself, every attribute of myself, because I realized, look at all of the young souls coming in, 15 years old, 16 years old, 20 years old, boop, hitting the reset button. If you lose the ability to stay in your Homo sapiens sapiens suit now prematurely without the awakening or the activation of the light body, you are going back into a reincarnation trap that I don't know how you'll get out of it. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to get out of this technology. I don't know. I don't know shit. I'm only telling you what I'm experiencing. And right now I have non-physical real estate. What is non-physical real estate? It's the realm, the plane that I created with the I am that you can visualize too, because we're all connected from a soul perspective. I created it to escape the reincarnation trap. I've been doing this for 3 years straight. When my body falls to sleep, I remain conscious and I go to the real estate You can call it the astral realm. I just call it a plane. Every single night, right before I fall asleep, all I have to do is imagine it, and I'm there. So I'm not following no fucking light. Why would you follow the light? So this is what's happening, soul group. At the moment when the breath of life takes you inward, because what? Nobody dies. Okay? There's a transitioning. When that cord is severed from the Homo sapiens sapiens suit, of course you're going to see light. You've been seeing the same fucking light. Incarnation after incarnation. Look outside. When it gets dark outside, turn on your porch light. And look how many insects are flying around that fucking porch light. Is that porch light God? No. It attracts you. Stay with me. This has been going on long enough. Feel the vibe. You are the light. You don't have to follow anything. Are you a follower in this incarnation? Are you a follower? And you're going to have to keep that real to yourself. Do you follow what everybody else is doing? What have you learned from following the masses? Ask yourself that question. What have you learned? What have you experienced from following others? I'll wait. You are the light. At the moment of the separation of the cord from the Homo sapiens sapiens suit, you should already have non-physical real estate created. You should already have a plane that you can go to gather yourself, to prepare for the rest of the journey of the soul. You should already be comfortable with that place. The reason why we're in a realm of creation originally was to work on the path of the soul, to keep creating the path of the soul. The Mayans were working on it. This incarnation should have been a soul purpose incarnation. The reason why it hasn't been for a lot of us is because of the molestation of the spiritual energy and the avatar, the mind control, the grid that was placed around Gaia. Exterior forces harvesting Homo sapiens sapiens on the prison planet. And guess what? You've been a prisoner lifetime after lifetime. Now the system is falling now and everybody's panicking. You know why everybody's panicking in the soul group? Because you're not used to thinking for yourself. You become addicted to being controlled, being told what to do. And now you got all this free energy and you can't even sit with yourself. You can't even turn that fucking phone off for an hour. And the only way out of the matrix, you have the key, is through yourself. If this isn't learned, if the light body is not activated, ASAP, as soon as possible, you're gonna follow the light. And it's an artificial light. Any light outside of yourself that you're following is technology. This is what this is all, even on the physical. You got people out here telling you about 5G. I got off the internet because I was addicted. It ain't no secret. We all fucking addicted to this. I was addicted. If you want to know what happened to Derek Dunlap, I got off the internet because I was addicted to it. And I had to go inside the depths of myself and experience my true nature. Everything here is a program, even from your mother. The only biological experience you're going to have is with yourself. You're in a program. We all are. Nature is a program. It's a reproductive program that's been hijacked and taken over. Its origin was to the origin of nature, you can kind of say, was an experiment until the hijackers came in and took it over for their agenda to mass produce humans. It's a human farming planet. Everybody on this planet now is doing time. We all doing time, as above, so below. We're all doing time. Don't you get it? We're all working and doing time here. But there will be a little transitioning cycle. The only chance you're going to have to escape this vicious cycle is when the Homo sapien, the body, is detached. There's a cord. They call it an astral cord. If you haven't got to this level yet, you got work to do. Turn off the fucking reality stuff and start going within. It's imperative now. It's imperative because the illusion of time is at hand. There's some soulless beings fighting over your soul. Soul group. What's more important? The soul or this lifetime that you're experiencing? Only you can answer that. I come to you in humility, humbly, with love, and peace, which I found inside of me. There's nothing on this plane that could fill this void but my mother's love and my love for myself and accepting who and what I am. I've been controlled enough. I've been manipulated enough. I've been used enough. My light has been dimmed down with filter after filter after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Enough. I'm not having it anymore. I claim my sovereignty. I am a sovereign soul. And you have no permission to use or harvest or tap line my life force energy. Get the fuck out of here. Look at they running, they can't stand it when you know who you are, soul group. When you know that you are immortal and death, there's no fear of death anymore because you're dying every night, you're waking up with your own real estate and you know you're creating it. Right before it's life changing. But you have to use your will and your desire to get there. Now start reading some of the old ancient scriptures. It'll start making sense now. What does it profit to gain all of this shit here? And lose the connection to your immortality. Everything here is temporal. Can't you see it? Some of your best friends is leaving this dimension like that, like this. Look what the coronavirus. You see the fear that the coronavirus, a lot of people lost the connection to this biological Homo sapiens suit. And you know if they follow the light, listen, I don't know any of the choices, but to follow the light, to go to your own non-physical real estate, which you'll have a chance to escape through the grid. I'm going to talk about that on the next video. I'm not now listen, this is not gonna be that show shit that you're seeing on the internet. I don't do shows anymore. This is spontaneous. That's why it's so long, and I appreciate those who can receive this information. And remember this, I don't know shit. I ain't no guru. I'm only telling you what I'm experiencing. Everything I'm telling you I experienced. And I sat with and I dissected it. Two things I know I can do. I can wake up inside of the dream. Nobody can take that away from me. Nobody. And I won't exchange this ability for your Bitcoin or your gold and silver or your fiat currency. Because when this cord is cut, I'm going to my non-physical real estate that I created in mentalism. The only real realm is mental. And you have to take control of your thoughts. And you have to go deep. You have to. Within the heart space or the heart center or the heart chakra. Thank you for the light now. Thank you. I appreciate that. Go deep within your own heart and see what's making you heavy. Listen, sin is an illusion. What sin really is a lot of traumatic trauma that you haven't released. There are emotions, there's thoughts, there's situations, there's circumstances, but it's all thought. Your awareness has captured it, your heart has felt it, and your vibration is holding it. The sin shit don't exist. There's no sin here. There's experiences, circumstances, situations, and emotional trauma that you can release from the breath of life. I can't teach you this. You have to experience this for yourself. There's no gurus here. There's no masters here. There's souls here trying to find a way out of the trap, the soul trap that everybody's scared to talk about. I'm not. You can't kill me. I can only trap myself. So here's the plan, soul group. Number 1, get off the internet. When I say get off the internet, sure, you're going to have to use some form of technology now, but the internet cannot be your God. You cannot make a living from the internet. Don't you know all they got to do is push a button and everything that you created in the illusion of time and space is gone? Do you know what that will do to you emotionally, mentally, and physically? You're gonna hit the reset button like so many other rich folks. When the money is gone, they have nothing to live. They have nothing to sustain them. But yet, store up all of your riches in thought, all of your riches in vibration, all of your love, all of your creations on a different plane. That's not physical. It's mental. Whoever controls the thoughts controls the destiny. Who's thinking for you? Let's leave with 3 breaths, 3 deep breaths. I'm going to end this. My connection is leaving, so mama say, get up out of here. I love you, mother. You have a mother and you have a father. This is true. Anybody on this plane came through the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy. It's been all divine masculine, incarnation after incarnation after incarnation. And the beautiful divine feminine beings in this incarnation, I love you. I love you so much. They freed the slaves, the poor slaves, before the divine masculine women could even vote. The slaves were free. This is the working of your father. And I love my father. My father has done a lot for me in the matrix. I've been rich. I've eaten off the land here in America like a glutton, just like the rest of us. This is all because of the soul ties of my father. We've all had soul ties. It's not just the Illuminati or the entertainment industry. We've all had soul ties with our father. But it's time to wake up. We have a mother that's been waiting so patiently for her creation to return to her. If you have a flame, you understand. You feel what I'm saying. Let your light shine. Go back to source. It's always been Mother God. The illusion is falling apart right before your eyes. People are scrambling The dictators are fighting over what? Their slave race. The harvest. Don't let them harvest. Do you know what a harvest is? Don't follow mainstream. Don't be harvested by fifth dimensional beings who gonna use your light bodies for their agendas to power their AI, to enlighten their AI, the robots that they're preparing. Don't be harvested. That's what this is. You've been planted in a frequency and vibration, the great awakening. We're all waking up to what? If it ain't selfish of self, an organic ascension for you to start creating in the non-physical realm, for you to start waking up in the dream and becoming lucid in present moment awareness, what are we really doing? What are we really doing? Think about it. If you want to know the first steps to non-physical identification, go to a closet. You heard me say this many a time. Go to a closet and shut yourself in and deal with your shit. That's step one. You must deal with your shit. You must have the dark night of the soul. And it's going to be dark because it started in the dark. It's going to be dark. But it's necessary to see the light in you. The light shines in darkness. And once you understand that you are the fucking light, you won't follow it. You won't chase it anymore. You'll become it. And nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop the I. And the I must be whatever you believe. Remember that imagination. You had it as a child and they stole it from us. With their agendas, with their programming, with their school, with their arithmetic, with the spoken word, which we've been cursing each other for eons. 3 breaths. We out. 1. Hold it. Release. Breathe it in. Hold it. Release. One more. Breathe in. Release. There it is. You feel that lightness? There it is. That's the high vibes you need. You don't need marijuana. You don't need alcohol. You don't even have to piggyback your orgasm. Just breathe. Peace and love, Soul Group. In present moment awareness, I await the awakening of the souls in our soul group. We already have non-physical real estate where we will escape and start our own creations. If you feel the vibe, become alive. Peace. We surviving. We survive. We surviving, y'all. We alive. We surviving. We survive. We surviving, y'all. We alive. You are the light that shines in the darkness. You must save yourself. The last choir is singing. Can you feel the vibe? Connect with your soul.